Happy New Year's, my friends and fans. This is Thomas 2000 here, and welcome to the first model train review video of 2021. Yes, we're finally in 2021, although at the time of filming this video, it's actually December 31st, 2020. But this is going to be posted on New Year's Day, so yeah, just ignore that fact. Anyways, today we are looking at one of the locomotives that I haven't reviewed yet from my previous trip to the Brampton / Greater Toronto Train Show of 2019. The locomotive in question is this beautiful Hornby LNER Silver A4 Pacific number 2509, and best known, sorry, noticed something there, as Silverlink. At first, when I got this locomotive, I thought, oh great, this is going to be another engine I'm going to have to maintain. But then again, I don't really see many Silverlink models on the market, so it's better to get this one and just get it running again. Turns out, I didn't really need to do that much work, apart from, you know, the regular loop jobs on the tender. And yes, this is a tender-driven locomotive, by the way. Yeah, so it's a very old model. As I said in a previous video some time back, as soon as I put Silverlink on the rails and turned on the power, boom! The engine was just flying down the tracks. I'm not kidding. She was zooming down the tracks. It's actually a wonder why those side rods don't come off. Actually, just a little while ago, these did. Well, they kind of fell out of alignment, but I tightened the screw and it's fine now. The locomotive in question cost me $125, but it's a used one, so nice excusable. And it's actually a very good price. Yeah. Personally, I love the look of this Silverlink, and I'm pretty sure there are other Silverlink models on the market, I just haven't seen them yet. As you can tell on the tender, there is no LNER font on there, so I'm going to assume that this is probably Silverlink when it was delivered to the LNER, before the letters were even applied to the tender. That's my safe assumption. Yeah. Anyway, as you can tell, the locomotive is not in a box right now, so again, there's no unboxing. Pretty much all the locomotives from the Brampton show are pretty much out of their boxes now. Sorry about that. But I can honestly tell you that Silverlink's box wasn't even the correct box. It was a bit bigger than, well, the styrofoam packaging that was keeping Silverlink from, you know, falling out. It's true. It's really true. Anyway, now that's been said, let's have a good look at the locomotive. For an old model, it definitely has a lot of great details. As you can tell, there's the whistle in front of the funnel, which is also a streamlined funnel, by the way. Got these separately fitted metal handrails, always a nice touch. The boiler banding along the side here of the locomotive. And you can see the name printed on there, Silverlink. Instead of it being right there, it's right there. And unlike my other A4, which will get its own review at some point, this locomotive has the fancy skirting on the side, which is something that you would have seen on the LNER versions of the A4s. British Railways did away with the skirting. I'm glad that some of the preserved A4s actually have that. Anyway, from this angle, you can just see the valve gear. And as I said before, I had to tighten up that little screw there just to keep those side rods from, you know, falling out of place and keeping the wheels from turning. Yeah, because that's what happened. The wheels would be turning, and then they just suddenly stop, and the engine just be dragged along. There's a lot of nice details underneath the cab of the locomotive. Number 2509 with a builder's plate. I can't quite read it. Sorry guys. But it does have glaze on the windows, which is a really nice touch. And I really don't know if we can actually see inside of the cab from here. Oh yeah, you can just see that there's actual painted detail in the cab. Yeah, there's actual painted detail. In fact, let me just bring the loco forward a little bit. There we go. There you go. Well, at least there, the piping is painted, so that's really nice. So they didn't just leave it blank. think those are the safety valves on top of the cab. And you got the air vents, which do not open. So that's a bit of a downside. But then again, this is an older locomotive, so yeah, it's not too bad. You got the flat dome up here for the loco. I know there's not a lot of details to the A4s, but then again, they were made to be streamliners, so I guess there wouldn't be a lot of details. But, you know, it certainly makes up for it with the speed and all that. And it still looks pretty darn cool. Anyway, we can see the tender here, which has got a very nice full coal load here. And actually the coal's on the glossy side, which is unusual for Hornby these days, but, you know, for back then, I guess that was okay. And there's the trucks underneath for the 4 sets of wheels underneath the tender, and 3 of which, by the way, are your main power source for the locomotive. You can see the little corridor here and red buffers at the back. The buffers are not sprung, and I meant buffer beam. Your water filler cap is up here for the water. And there's even nice details at the front of the tender. So yeah, that's a really nice looking locomotive, I will tell you that much. And it does run nicely. Now, originally I did say I would not run Silverlink unless I had LNER teaks. Well, 2020 came and went, and I did not get any teaks. So I have to run this engine with 3 other coaches. Yeah, sorry guys. But hey, you never know with this year. So anyway, the train for this run consists of my Great Western Clustery coach and the 2 LMS coaches that I acquired back at the Brampton show. And now, without further ado, let's get Silverlink running. And it's best that I keep the speed at 40 because otherwise it will stall out on the points. And trust me when I say this, even at 40, the engine is fast. Alright, and there she goes, flying off into the distance. Very nice, huh? But of course, we can't just be looking at Silverlink alone. We do need another train to look at. And I have just the engine for the job. Yep, the Bachmann H2 Southern Atlantic, number 2421. And don't worry, within this time period of this year, I will get around to doing the H2 Atlantics review. Now, on to the running session. that, my friends, is the review and running session of the Hornby Silverlink. It is a wonderful little locomotive. It may be old, but it still runs like a new model. Maybe a tad bit fast for my liking, but it's not too bad. Oh yeah, I'm sorry this review has been delayed for over a year, but at least I'm getting to it now. And with all the downtime I'm getting, well, I figure now's as good a time as ever to really do this. And to finish up any other lingering projects. As I did state in a previous video, within this year of 2021, I am going to be building a new layout, but unfortunately that's been delayed due to me being off work for a little while. Yeah. But once I do get back to work and I save up a little bit more money, then I will be ordering the tracks, I'll get the bench work made up, and then before long you'll be seeing update videos of the new layout. And I hope you'll tune into the channel for those videos. Now coming up next on the channel will be a long-awaited narration you guys have been waiting for so long. The second installment of Very Old Engines. And then after that, stay tuned for the delayed, but finally coming out, Thomas Museum Collection update video for 2020. We'll still call it 2020. Because to be honest, apart from the Christmas gifts, I haven't really gotten much for the museum. I hope you enjoy those videos. So, my final thoughts. Is the tender-driven Silverlink a great locomotive to have? Most definitely. It's a fast little speedster. It's a great runner. And I'm assuming well maintained from its previous owner. And yeah, overall it's just a great engine. Unfortunately, tender-driven locomotives are no longer available on the market today from Hornby because the motors are now inside the locomotive, as will be proven with the purple A4 I will review later in the year. But hey, if you're looking for Silverlink and you just happen to come across this model on eBay or at a train show, I highly recommend picking it up. Just trust me, you won't be disappointed. I'll give one more shot at the H2 and Silverlink, and then that'll be it for this video. Alright my friends, so until next time, I'm Thomas 3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm signing off.